Welcome to our product creation and management tips webinar. Here's a peek at our agenda for today. Our main topics are a products overview, menu management, and then products in the enterprise management system with a few subtopics respectively. We'll then discuss our Revel concierge services and we'll have time for Q&A. When it comes to questions, feel free to ask them in the chat throughout, and we'll do our best to answer those in the moment. In the event we're unable to answer your question during this webinar, don't worry. We're going to be capturing all of the questions during this time and even providing them to Revel support. Some questions we receive may be configuration specific, so we may not be able to provide a full answer in detail. We'll provide you a relevant Revel knowledge base article, and we'll also encourage you to email your question to support@revelsystems.com and or your customer success manager. All right, so now it's time to go ahead and meet your presenters. I'll go first. My name is Chris Roberts, and I'm on the learning and development team here at Revel Systems. My goal is to use my technical sales, finance, and Revel experience to make learning fun and engaging. I've been with Revel 4.5 years with 3 years in L&D, and I manage the corporate training program. Now, I'd like to present to you a wonderful Revel navigator, Chuck, as well as a trainer from my team, Ross. Chuck, tell us a little bit about yourself.
I've been a Revel navigator for over 7 years, providing clients with assistance from implementation through hardware installation and providing go-live support. Prior to working at Revel Systems, I was a restaurant server at several Philadelphia table service restaurants.
Hi, I'm Ross. I've been with Revel for about 1.5 years, working with Chris on the learning and education team. I love working with technology, and I'm really glad to help you out today. I'll be working in the Q&A and chat and doing my best to provide any resources that might help. And I'll have Chris take it from here.
Cool beans. Awesome. Sorry about that little sound thing. All right. So one last thing before we dive into the topics. Your presenters today will be demonstrating actions using the management console. However, we won't be utilizing point-of-sale stations, printers, or card devices. Therefore, you may see a message in our demo management console stating that there are stations offline. Please ignore those. But if you currently see this message in your management console, we urge you to reach out to Revel support via support@revelsystems.com. And with that, let's go ahead and dive in. All right, so our first topic is going to be an overview of products in Revel. The Products tab is where you can find and configure all products, lists, groups, modifiers, and menus, as well as additional features such as taxes and discounts. The layout, it'll show some basic product details along with things like categories, subcategories, and products. You can even see things like the product's cost, price, sort order, or whether or not they are active.
This screen also gives you access to secondary features such as custom menus, product groups, and product classes.
Absolutely. So again, products are organized in a tiered hierarchy with categories, subcategories, and products, and there's no limit to the amount of categories, subcategories, or products that you can have. So let's walk through creating a new menu item called Spinach Cheddar Keto Bowl, and we'll create a new category and subcategory for the product to live under. I'll go ahead and switch over to my management console. And here you can see that I am in Salad Station Establishment number 2. I have here under the Products tab, I can see my categories. So I have soup bowls, salad bowls, entrees, wine, retail, soft drinks, and keto as my categories. Chuck, could you walk us through creating the Spinach Cheddar Keto Bowl product in the management console?
Yes. So everyone can see my screen right now. I'm on the management console, and I'm first going to add the new category called Keto Bowls. You'll click on plus category at the bottom, and then simply type in Keto Bowls. Then we'll click on plus subcategory, and I'm going to name the subcategory the very same. And next, I'm going to create the product called spinach cheddar keto bowl. I'll tab over twice to the price field and enter $12.99 for the price. And then, as always, you're going to have to click save at the top. Now, once this is saved, you'll see a pencil icon to the far right of the new product. If you hover over it, you'll see the word details. So this is going to take us to the product details page. And we can see the basic product details here. The first one is the name. We already typed that in. The next is going to be description. This is a helpful field where you can place tasting notes for wine, different allergens, or just simply list out the ingredients that are in the product. So I'm going to type in spinach cheddar cheese, cheddar cheese, ham, olives. The nice thing about this field is that if you want to keep it strictly internal, it'll always be as a reference, available as a reference on the point of sale. However, we can turn off the product description for online ordering. So customers ordering online won't be able to see that. And then we'll click save. Next is product class. And I want to add this to a keto product class. So what I'm going to do is click the back arrow. I'm going to go back to products because we're going to go on the left-hand side to classes. And I want to create a keto product class. I'm going to place this right here. And then click save. I can then place the keto product class into a parent class. As you see here, we've got a wine parent class with white and red as the product classes underneath it. The liquor parent class has rum and vodka product classes. And I'm going to add keto under the bowls. So if I go into the pencil for keto, this is where I can select the parent class that I want to place it in. And then I'll click save. And you can now see under the parent class of bowls, we have salad and keto. So we have salad bowls and keto bowls. We can track those separately. However, if we want to compare the sales to the different entrees or to wine, we can do that grouping them together in bowls. From here, I'm going to click on products. And one last hint, or one last tip, I should say. You can see here I've got 4 different parent classes. Revel recommends limiting the parent classes to 3 to 5 to reduce the confusion. This way you can place any number of child classes into the parent. However, it's helpful when you're comparing large groups of sales that we limit it to 3 to 5. So next we're going to go back into the keto product. We're going to click on the pencil and look at the next section of the product details. So I'll click clear selections and go down to display and print options. So here we're listing the main categories, keto bowls. However, if I want, I can add this to another category so it'll appear in 2 places. This will be the same product with the same barcode, same price and everything. It's just going to appear in 2 different categories to help with speed of service and ordering. And I want to save that. Next, we can add an image. So I'll click to image, go to image, click on upload, and I've got a picture right here on my desktop. You have some different ways to zoom in or zoom out, kind of move the frame around. I like the way that looks, so I'm going to go ahead and click save. And then click save up top again to lock that in. This image will appear on the point of sale whenever they tap on the product after it's been ordered. It will also appear on online ordering, so it's helpful for marketing purposes as well. And then next, we have a setting here, disable modifier pop-up. This is helpful if the product is typically ordered as is. So in other words, if people come in and order the spinach cheddar keto bowl without adding something like croutons or ham or chicken to it, we can disable that modifier pop-up. This is again helpful for speed of service. However, if the user still would like to add the modifiers to it, they can simply click on the modifiers button on the point of sale. That'll bring up any associated modifiers. Next, we have printers. I can add this to numerous printers and kitchen displays. I don't need this to go to prep 2, so I'll leave that one off. And then we'll click save. Okay. Next is advanced details. So I'll clear selections, move on to the next major section of the details. The one I want to show you here is dining options. So these are all of our available dining options, and I want this to be able to be ordered to go as eat in. I want people to order it as delivery. I don't want it to be ordered as catering, so I'm going to skip catering. We'll go to drive-through, and then if somebody wants to select online ordering, I want that to be available as well. So those are all selected, and I'll click save. Next, we're going to go to the modifiers section. So if I click on the modifiers section, everything is going to appear on the right-hand side that's available. However, I like to expand this and then just click on the one that I want to add. So actually, we just want to add salad proteins. I'm going to say that they're all available. None of them are default. I'm not going to put any sort of maximum quantity that they can place on it. And they don't get anything for free. So if they want to add it, they can add tuna for $1.25. If they want to add 2 portions of it, they would be charged $2.50. Okay, next we're going to navigate back to the product screen. And on the left, we're going to click on modifiers. So I need to add a keto toppings modifier class. So I'm going to add a modifier class. We're going to call this keto toppings. And then I'm going to add 3 modifiers to it. The first is bacon bits. We're going to charge 50 cents for that. The next one is green peppers. We'll charge 50 cents for that as well. And the last is egg crumbles. And once again, we're going to charge 50 cents for that. Now I'll click save. So those modifiers are now available to be added to a product. So back to the products page, back to our spinach cheddar keto bowl product. And we have a shortcut to the modifier section right here. So we're going to click on that M. Now there's no need to clear selections or reselect anything. Salad proteins has been attached to this product. However, now I can see keto toppings is available. Again, we're going to make them all active. There's going to be no limitations anywhere. And we'll click save. And back to products.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. Thank you so much, Chuck, for walking us through these steps. So let me just go ahead and share my screen very quickly. Cool beans. So to recap, we just created a new category, subcategory, and then a product that we called Spinach Cheddar Keto Bowl. Then we customized a few product level settings, such as the product description, dining options, and modifiers. We even created a new modifier class that we called Keto Toppings that we could use for future products. Now, let's move on to our next topic, which is menu management. All right, so menu management. As you know, the Revel platform is designed to allow business owners the flexibility that they really need to create and customize their menus according to their business needs. We'll now explore a few product and menu options that'll make using both the management console and the front-end workflows more efficient. We'll look at 2 product actions. The first is clone. Clone copies all modifiers and settings associated to a product and creates a new product with a different name, a barcode, and SKU. Chuck, can you share with us a few examples of when cloning an existing product would be useful?
Yes. If you have several sandwiches that all have the same modifiers available, it makes sense to simply clone the first sandwich and change the name and price of the product itself while maintaining various settings such as the modifiers, custom menus, and kitchen printers from the original product.
Those are really good examples, Chuck. Now let's use this product action to create a new product that we'll call Spinach Blue Cheese Keto Bowl under our category of keto bowls. We'll copy the Spinach Cheddar Keto Bowl and change the price. Chuck, can you walk us through doing this?
Yes. So first thing we're going to do is clone rather, the Spinach Cheddar Keto Bowl. And the clone feature is over here on the right. It's the two squares. And right now it's asking me what I want to name it. So we're going to change cheddar to blue cheese. I'm not worried about the barcode or the SKU. It's fine if we let Revel auto-generate that. And then I click on clone. So now we can see, let me refresh my screen. There we go. Spinach Blue Cheese Keto Bowl. However, it's $12.99. I want to change the price. I can change that right here. So you can see we easily change the name and the price. I'll click save. And now when I click on the M for the Blue Cheese Keto Bowl, we can see keto toppings and salad proteins are already added to it. I can go to display and print, and we can see that all the printers are still the same.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. Well, that was quick and easy enough. And now we can move on to our next product action. Let me share my screen, which is copy modifiers. So copy modifiers copies the modifiers from one product to another product. Chuck, could you walk us through the steps to copy the modifiers from the Spinach Blue Cheese Keto Bowl to another product called Savory Tofu Bowl?
Yes. Let me share my screen once again. So we're going to first copy the modifiers from Spinach Blue Cheese Keto. So we're going to click on the double M right here. And if you hover over it, you'll see it says copy modifiers. A flyover screen appears. And I can see that the different modifier classes are listed here at the top. So the first one is keto toppings. And I can go through and select each thing that I want to copy over, or I can select all or deselect all. So we're going to copy all of those keto toppings and all of the salad proteins. We're going to copy that to the savory tofu bowl right here under salads. Now I can click on copy. And we'll close that. We'll go to the savory tofu bowl. We can see it now has modifiers. And we can click through to VM just to check our work. And there you can see the keto toppings and the salad proteins are added.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Chuck. All right. So next, under menu management, we'll cover matrix products. Matrix products are used to create products that are defined by attributes. Each combination of attributes is a unique product and can have its own price, modifiers, and recipes. This is especially helpful for businesses like pizzerias. Chuck, what are some additional things that we should consider when choosing if using matrix inventory is best for our business?
Matrix inventory is useful when you have multiple variations of a product. Retail is the easiest way to demonstrate this, such as a t-shirt that's available in 6 different sizes, as well as 6 different colors, which gives us a total of 36 unique t-shirt products. Rather than having to scroll through 36 product tiles on the point of sale screen or scroll through 36 product line items in online ordering, we can gather all 36 unique products under a parent product tile, which when selected gives us 6 choices of color on the left panel and 6 choices of sizes on the right panel. With a minimum of keystrokes, we can now easily navigate through to the unique product for the customer. Please note, you'll want to verify that Matrix inventory is supported by any third-party integrations that you utilize now or wish to utilize in the future.
Thank you for sharing that, Chuck. We should definitely be mindful of those items for sure. How about we create a matrix product in order to manage the sale of a catering size of the Spinach Cheddar Keto Bowl? we can make our attributes size and container. For size, we'll offer 5 people, 10 people, and a 9x13 pan. And then for container, we can offer a wooden bowl or a plastic bowl. Chuck, could you walk us through creating this, the product attributes that we need, as well as the matrix product for the catering spinach cheddar keto bowl?
Yes. First, we're going to begin by navigating to the products tab. And then on the left, we're going to click on product attributes. So this is where we first need to add the different sizes of the bowl, as well as the different materials in a separate class. So the first one, we're going to call this catering size, because we want to be very specific that this is for our catering products. We're going to have it available in size for 5 people, for 10 people, and then we're just going to have a large 9x13 pan as another option. The other class, we're going to call this catering container. And I like to use the word catering to make sure that this is specific for this product or something that's going to be catering. So we're going to call it reusable wooden bowl and disposable plastic bowl. Click save in the upper right corner. Now they're available to be added to our product. So we go back to the products tab, and at the top we have a plus add button. And I'm just going to go with the regular product add instead of advanced. So when I click on that, I'm now creating the parent product. So we're going to call this catering spinach cheddar keto bowl. Barcode and SKU can be automatically generated, so there's no need to enter anything for either of those. If you have a question about what any of these fields do, you can hover over the question mark. Some of these are going to be required, such as the price, and I'm going to enter the price of the lowest priced product because that will be displayed in online ordering. If you want, you could put in the name of the product, $19.99 up to $45. I've done that for several clients. Cost is optional, and we're going to place this under a new one called a new category and subcategory called catering. And I can simply add the new category and subcategory right there, or I can choose an existing one. Classes as well. I have a catering class. Let's place it there. And let's make sure that this goes to both the Expo printer, the Expo KDS, and this one we're going to send to Prep 2. Inventory details, you can enter a starting inventory amount, vendor if you wanted to. We're not going to worry about that. So we're going to come down here to matrix details, and we're going to say this is a parent. If I already have a parent created, I can make this a child and link it to that parent. But what we're going to do is automatically generate the child products based on all of the different attributes here. So this is going to be catering size is my first attribute. We'll just call that size. That's what's going to be displayed on the point of sale. And this is going to be the container. And you can see my choices down here. And we're just going to call this one container. Now, if I click save and new, it'll bring me back to this screen when I'm done. I'm just going to click save and close. And now it's letting me verify that these are all the options that I want. I can take away the 9x13 pan if I want to, or take away the disposable plastic bowl. I want to keep all of those. So this is going to give us a total of 6 different products. And here they are listed. Autofill options is going to be required, so we want to make sure that we check off name, and we're going to have the attributes first, followed by the parent name. So this is going to be called 5 people reusable wooden bowl catering spinach cheddar keto bowl, for example, for the first one. Okay, and then the prices are going to be $19.99 for the 5-person products. Whoops. We're going to charge $29.99 for the 2 10-people products. And then finally $45 for the 9x13 pan. Again, I could enter barcodes or SKUs here if I so chose. We can also enter a starting inventory amount. Whenever you create products, Revel gives you that ability. I like the way this looks, so I'm going to click Generate Child Products. Now it's going to take us back to the product hierarchy tree, and I can see here's that catering category and subcategory I created. And this is what a parent product looks like with the child products gathered underneath it. We can see the pricing, we can see the name. And if I go to any of these products, it's a little easier to see the whole name spelled out here. Or if you hover over it, you'll see it right there.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Chuck, for setting that up. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take a peek at how we can actually use this product on the point of sale. And we'll look through this utilizing a couple of screenshots. So as you can see, we're here on the point of sale on the order screen, right? We're underneath the keto category, and we see our product of the catering spinach cheddar keto bowl. We could go ahead and select that product. And now we can actually see our attributes. So we can select our 5 people for the size and our container, which would be the reusable wooden bowl. And now we can see on the left-hand side for order confirmation that we've selected the 9x13 pan of the catering spinach cheddar keto bowl for sale at $45. It's a great way where we can actually use the matrix, right, for this product to take our need from 6 tiles down to 1 on the point of sale. All right, now we're on to one of my favorite topics, custom menus. So custom menus is a great way that we can actually group products together that we want to display under special circumstances, such as the time of day, point of sale station, order channel, online ordering, or even a kiosk. Let's go ahead and create 2 custom menus. Our first custom menu will be for a point of sale station in the retail portion of this business. Therefore, we'll only go ahead and select the retail products for sale on that station. For our second custom menu, this will actually be for online sales. So we'll go ahead and create that with our food items. So I'll go ahead and navigate over to my management console. I'm here under the products tab, and then off to the left-hand side, I can see custom menus. So I'll go ahead and select that from the left. Awesome. Now I'll go ahead and click plus add custom menu, and we'll enter this custom menu's name. For this first one, we're going to call this retail station. Next, we come over to application type, and we're given 4 options. For time slot, this would restrict the menu to a specific time of day. Manual would allow us to choose the custom menu manually on the point of sale. Mode, this is going to be used for things like online ordering, bar stations, or kiosks. And then we have point of sale station. This would set this custom menu to a specific point of sale terminal. We'll go ahead and select point of sale station, since this custom menu, right, it's going to be utilized by a particular station. And then we'll go ahead and choose that point of sale. And then we can click save. Awesome. So now we can go ahead and click the pencil to edit. And we want to get in here because we want to include the retail items. So we'll come down to the included products area, and we'll go ahead and select retail. And then we'll click save. And there we go. All right, let's set up our second custom menu. This one, again, will be for our online sales. So we'll go ahead and select plus add custom menu. We'll go ahead and give it a name. So we're going to say online. Online sales. And this time, we want to go ahead and select mode as the application type, and we'll leave it as online. We can go ahead and click save. Awesome. Now we'll go into our online sales menu and we'll click the pencil. The first area that I'd like to direct you to is the edit effective date and time. This is where we want to enter the start time and end time for the menu, and we'll want to go ahead and at least enter a start date for the timetable that's in the past. So we'll go ahead and turn on the date range, and I'll go ahead and select as of yesterday. No worries there, we can't sell things in the past, right? And we'll go ahead and click done. Now we can go down and look at our included products area. So we're going to choose our products that we want to sell online. Let's choose salad bowls. Let's do our soup bowls, entrees, soft drinks, and let's do our keto and keto bowls. We won't choose wine. We'll leave that for in-store only sales. And then we can click save. Here's a pro tip. If you want to add new products that you've created to your custom menu, you'll need to make sure that you edit the menu to include them and either push your changes to the point of sale or refresh your iPads. All right, so to finish out our topic of custom menus, I'm going to show you where you can update your online menu. If you want to make, you want to make sure that if you add anything or make any changes to the online menu that you refresh it. I'll show you where to do that. We'll go ahead and go into the settings tab. And we'll click clear selections. We'll type in online. And we'll go ahead and select the online ordering settings. Here at the top right hand, we can go ahead and click refresh menu. And when the pop-up comes up, just click OK.
Oh, and to answer the question in the chat regarding overlapping custom menus, you may have items that are available only for certain dining options. It's not a good idea to have two custom menus running at once. There are other features that may be useful here. For instance, if you want to offer different menus for different dining options, it's better to edit their product detail pages and make some items available only for certain dining options. If this still doesn't help, contact Revel support and we'll try to find a solution.
Awesome, awesome. Thank you for answering that for us, Chuck. And now we're going to move on to our next area, which is our last item to discuss regarding menu management. It's to cover importing products. So if you have a large product list, you can add products to your management console in mass via an Excel upload instead of adding them manually. You must use the designated Revel product template. The Revel system will only recognize the Revel template and it will reject all other templates. Chuck, can you take us to where we can access this template within the management console?
Yes. So we're on the products tab. In the lower left, it says import export. If I click on that, I have the option to export a product spreadsheet, a modifier spreadsheet, or others. Ingredients, recipes are also there. We want to select products. The top half of this screen is where we select what we want to export. Once we've completed making changes to that spreadsheet, we can use the bottom half to then select that spreadsheet from your computer and then import it. Basic spreadsheet will have about 6 columns. These are all required columns. If I click on advanced, it opens up some options. I can filter, instead of selecting 2,000 different products, I can say I only want to look at the entrees or just the keto bowls. We can do it by product groups or even vendors or classes. Export contents allows us to add columns to this spreadsheet. So something like is drink is helpful if we label a POS station as a bar station, and then anything labeled as is drink will not print there. So we don't have to worry about bartenders printing any drinks that they're going to be making as they turn around. Another one is printers. That'll show us all the different printers that we need to, or all the different printers that we can add. And then I will click outside of it and click on export. I actually have a spreadsheet available. Pull this over to my other screen. And you know what? Let me just share the spreadsheet. It's probably going to be easier. So this spreadsheet, I can make this look a little bit bigger by going to View, raising that up to 125. The first 26 lines are all instructions, essentially telling you what's required, how the different fields work, etc. I always like to delete those and then click on Freeze Top Row. So now if I've got any information on the spreadsheet, as I scroll through the spreadsheet, the header stays in place. Okay, and next we'll just show you all of these. Product class is the first one. This is optional, and you can see it doesn't say required here, but it tells you what this does. This is used for reporting, for grouping multiple classes together, as we showed you. Product category is required. Subcategory is required. Of course, we need a product name. Barcode over here, that's another required one. And then active is also required. A yes on the spreadsheet equals check mark on the box in the product details page. Printers, you're going to have to make sure that you spell the printers or KDS screens correctly. Otherwise, those lines on the spreadsheet will get kicked back out. The rest of the lines will be imported, but you'll need to go and fix those in a spreadsheet results spreadsheet that you'll get sent back. And then again, we have allow price override. That's going to be yes or no. So again, if anything is incorrect, it can sometimes kick out the entire spreadsheet. Other times, it may just kick out those lines, and then it'll give you the opportunity to fix them with another spreadsheet that Revel sends you.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Chuck, for covering that particular topic. And let me just go ahead and share my screen. All right. Our next topic is going to be actions within Revel's enterprise management system. So at its core, enterprise asset management software really allows you to control your operation across a franchise or a business group from one web interface. Within the software, you can manage all of your business operations, including things like menu changes, employees, data, and even more across all the locations. EMS is available to clients for an additional monthly per establishment, and you must have 2 or more establishments to qualify for EMS. Please contact your sales representative if you'd like to explore this option. So here we can see that Revel features an establishment hierarchy tree to help administrators separate brands, regions, franchises, and individual locations while easily navigating data and settings.
In a multi-brand company, corporate administrators require different levels of access and control over the configuration of the system. The establishment hierarchy tree allows them to see data across levels at large, but also allows them to dive into more granular settings, such as for kitchen displays, kiosks, and for a particular establishment group. Ultimately, this leads to increased visibility for managers and greater control over the enterprise. We can see in this image that National Restaurant is the enterprise level. Now let's look at the 2 divisions. The 2 that we have are Consolidated Restaurants and Salad Bowl. Divisions allow the ability to create subsets and layers of locations based on your need. Some examples are dividing them by region, corporate owned versus franchisee owned operations, or if certain franchisees own multiple locations, we can create a division for that franchisee, including all 5 of the stores that they own. We do recommend sticking to 2 to 3 layers deep just for the sake of simplicity, and establishments are only allowed to live in 1 branch when using divisions.
Thank you for that. Now let's cover groups. Groups allow you the ability to create multiple subsets of locations for specific needs. Locations that need to share things like price tiers or even manage promotions. You can create unlimited number of groups, and establishments can also live in multiple groups. We have a group here, which is for our salad bowl locations.
Groups and divisions are helpful tools to separate and group together various establishments. Divisions are useful in granting administrative permissions to the owner of several franchise locations, while groups allow you to target where products and settings are pushed.
Awesome, awesome. So now let's look at pushing products using EMS. As we can see, we're in a group for our burger and brew locations. And what we want to do is we actually want to go in and push our burgers category to all of the burger and brew locations within this group. So we can go ahead and click within that category. We want to click push all category products and then click save. And now we've pushed that category with all of those products across our burgers and brew locations.
I do want to mention that there is a limitation. 200 products or so is really the upper limit that you want to push at any one time. There are various details that may or may not be attached to any given product, and the software will time out after you hit 200 or maybe 225, something like that. And then if you try to push 1,000 all at one time, really only those first 200 or so are going to go through. So my recommendation is to limit the number of products you push at any given time to around 200 so that we can be sure all of the data will be pushed without the software timing out.
Awesome. Thank you for sharing that, Chuck. That one is very important. All right. Our next, we're going to take a peek at EMS reporting options. So, Chuck, could you tell us about our standard reports that we have using this image on the left?
Yes, I can. In the EMS view, only the enterprise level reports are available to view. These are inclusive of all establishments together and can be helpful when judging the performance of the business as a whole by viewing sales, discounts, and gift card usage.
Awesome. And I'll cover the image on the right, which is Revel's Core Reporting XT, a management analytics tool that features powerful new dashboards to help you make long-term business choices. It has visualizations of your enterprise management system data at the division and group levels, and this allows you to easily track KPIs at scale to find areas of improvement right from your management console. Also, Core Reporting XT is available at no cost for US and Canadian customers with current EMS subscriptions. All right, and to finish out this section, Revel's EMS allows you the ability to apply identical management console settings across all establishments.
Yes, you can change a setting or multiple settings at all establishments in a group, division, or an entire URL. And we're going to do this by navigating to the enterprise level. Pardon me.
I'm going to go ahead and share your screen.
So we're going to do this by navigating to the enterprise level of the establishment hierarchy tree. So let me share my screen. So I'm going to click on the blue arrow on the left, and I really just want to change this for the salad bowl locations. So I'll navigate to the enterprise folder for those locations, and then I'm going to navigate to the settings tab. So I'll start by clicking on clear selections, and then support tips is what I'm going to search for. And this is the setting that I want to display, and I can turn this off or turn it on, and that will reflect on all of those 4 establishments now. So again, it says changes made here will update the settings across all selected establishments, and we selected all the ones in the salad bowl enterprise level.
Awesome, awesome, amazing. Well, that brings us to the end of our core topics of this webinar. Thank you so much, Chuck, for walking us through an overview of products, including some helpful tips along the way. Chuck, you really are an amazing Revel Navigator. And on the topic of Revel Navigators, I want to spend a little time talking about Revel's concierge services. It's really designed to help you and your business get the most value out of the Revel system by matching you with one of our Revel navigators who possess so much industry expert knowledge, and they'll help you optimize and maintain your unique configuration to best serve your business goals. Imagine having Chuck as an extension of your business on a monthly basis. Well, guess what? Revel Concierge Services does just that. This approach will allow you to outsource your point of sale administration in a scalable way so that you can focus on what you do best, running that business. There's several different affordable ways that you can actually bring in Revel Concierge Services into your business. The first option would be this 2-hour remote consult training or training on different topics of your choice. For those who would like assistance on a more regular basis, we do have plans that would allow you anywhere from 4 hours to 8 hours of a Revel Navigator per month. You'd have to start with the starter bundle for each of one of your establishments and then add on either the 4-hour or 8-hour plan. Again, this is a great way for Revel to share additional best practices with you, deepen the partnership, and free up some of your time, right, by shifting those administrative tasks to us so that you can focus on running the business. If you are interested in learning more about Revel Concierge Services, you can reach out to your assigned account executive, email sales@revelsystems.com, or reply back with your interest to our post-webinar survey. And with that, it is time for Q&A. So I want to put this out there. This may be a question in the chat. I don't know, but I'll go ahead and say it. Yes, this is our new Revel Premium hardware by iPort. Yes, it is available for sale. And yes, we do have plenty in fulfillment. So I'm going to go ahead and drop the link to the Revel hardware page in the chat. Let me go ahead and get this shared out.
I really love the new premium hardware by iPort. My favorites are the devices for the mobile order takers. We had a lot of really great questions in the Q&A today. I have a lot of them answered. We had one question about if you needed to delete a modifier or product that you no longer want to use. That's what those active checkboxes are for. So you can always uncheck or check those active checkboxes if you ever need to remove a product or a modifier directly from your product list. If you have any other questions and they were not answered for any reason, we will get to them. So please feel free to continue putting questions in the Q&A. And even if they're not answered in this session, we will reach back out to you. And we will keep it open for just another minute or two if any of you have questions. If you have any questions about our new iPort stands, we are really excited about them, and we hope you all are too as well. Jody, I see your question here. You want to walk through setting up a new discount. I'll be glad to send out some information about setting up discounts for you. And if not, we can always circle back with Revel support and see if we can get more information for you there. We also have another question from Deborah. Can you explain RMAs? RMAs is a return materials authorization. That is for setting up returns of products. I'll be glad to send you some more information about RMAs from our knowledge base. Chris is going to go ahead and get that typed in there for you.
And to clarify,
Ben, you have a question. Will there be a date on the old establishment reports? Will leave and will be totally a new reporting XC. So I guess, okay. So it is my understanding that the old reporting is not going to go away anytime soon. If you're talking about our new core reporting XT, both the old reports and the new reports will continue to coexist until further notice. We have we are just now kind of rolling out our core reporting XT. We're really excited about it. And it is my understanding that they will coexist until further notice. I haven't heard any reports of that going away anytime soon. Will we
And I
doing
just want to
anything
mention,
primarily on retail sales? I did have another question. Another person asked me about retail. We'll definitely get that feedback. Maybe in the future we can host a session on some of our retail features. We'll certainly take in that feedback, and hopefully we can do a session about that in the future. Jose, you have a question about how to activate parent-child options and menus. I'll have Chuck take that one.
what was the question again?
Chuck,
Can you hear me,
do you have
Ross?
any information about that? I think you're muted.
Can you hear me?
maybe.
I think I'm not muted, but
Oh, okay.
it looks. Can you hear me now?
Sorry, my volume is down.
So you
Go
can hear.
ahead.
Okay.
Yes.
And what was the question again?
Jose has a question in the Q&A. He says how to activate parent-child options and menus.
So we do need to turn on matrix inventory on the establishment page. This is going to be a Revel only setting. Let me see if I can share my screen again. So as a Revel employee, I'm logged in with the Revel ID, with the Revel email domain. And any of these fields that are dark, those are Revel staff member only. Matrix inventory is right here. So you probably just want to email support, give them your establishment or your URL and establishment number, and ask them to turn on matrix inventory. I think we have that setting to simplify the menu build so we don't confuse people with it. I also suspect that it may have been a feature that we charged for at one time, whereas now it's a native feature. One other thing I wanted to mention about RMAs, a return merchandise authorization is essentially a purchase order in reverse. So this is when you're returning something back to the vendor. It's going to record the date and time and the vendor, as well as the amount of the product and the price that you paid for that product. It'll all be registered on the RMA. So think of it essentially as a purchase order in reverse.
Let's see. See where that is. I'm sorry, I lost it. Oh, there we go. Santiago has a question. Is like, what would be the best setup for a steak dinner where you need to select the temperature of the steak and the sides? It must also allow for modifications and add-ons. Chuck, do you have any answer?
So this is a great question. So we use group combos for this. In Revel, we're unable to modify a modifier. So a modifier can modify a product. So the solution is that we create a group combo called steak dinner. The first product set is going to be the steak, and then that's going to be modified with the temperature or anything else you want to modify it with. Then the second set will be a choice of sides. So whether it's a vegetable or a starch or something like that. And then we can also modify those sides. So if they want, the green beans without the crispy onions on top, that could be something we remove. So group combo is the answer. And if they haven't yet, if one of you could place the group combo knowledge base article in the chat, that would be helpful. It's got really good step-by-step instructions on how to create a group combo.
Yes, I think I added that article in one of the Q&As earlier. And this might even help with this next question from AJ. Is the group combo price available in the Revel Management Console products import-export data fields?
That's a good question. Let me take a look. I want to say that it isn't, because you would have to do that in the configuration, which is part of the product details page. So it's sort of a subsetting once you go into the product details page. Let me navigate to a regular establishment while I'm Trying to answer this. Yeah, so there's nothing for group combo or combo that we can export on the spreadsheet. We can export matrix properties on a spreadsheet, but not group combo properties.
Okay, great.
Jody had a question about discounts being taxed. There's a setting in each discount where you can set that it's either taxed or not. So in other words, you can tax the product at the full price or tax it at the discounted price. And we'd have to look at the product level details to get that answer for you.
We probably have time for about one more question before we wrap up.
Just to answer Jody's question, if the discount is marked as taxed, then the tax will be assessed against the post-discount price. Otherwise, tax will be assessed against the pre-discount price. So it sounds like you need to check that box.
Yeah, Matthew has a question about what can customer management be used for? Is a tab on the Revel menu. It can be used for many things, but it's really great for keeping a database of your customers. It's really handy when you're maybe implementing a loyalty program, and you need to have that data there. Chuck, do you have any other suggestions of what people might use CRM for?
Yeah, you can use it to trigger customer-based discounts, so we can place customers into specific customer groups. And then if they buy a specific product and their customer profile is added, that will trigger that discount for them. We may also be able to do that with things like service fees, but the CRM is also helpful for tracking and managing house accounts, because that's going to be stored at the customer profile level.
Yeah, it could also be really good for setting up something like employee discounts. So if you have employees at your establishments, you can set them up in the CRM and set them up with employee level discounts that way.
Also, I'll be checking that we weren't able to get to. We'll be making sure that we get those over to Revel support. Wanted to answer one last question, which is Jody again. Yes, you can clone a discount. If you go into discounts, there's a little box over to the right hand side by the pencil where you can copy that discount, and then you can rename it or change any additional properties that you need. All right, Ross, if you can mute yourself.
So somebody realized that.
All right. Well, in closing, we want to say thank you so much for allowing Revel Systems to be the heart of your business. Many, many thanks to you for attending this webinar. Many, many thanks to you, Chuck, for being an amazing presenter. And Ross, thank you for assisting with Q&A. Have a great day.